I received this from Antony a while ago. The Book of the Ninja, his version of the Bansenshukai. The first complete translation of the Ultimate Ninjutsu manual. Pretty funny. But all in all, it's a pretty good book. It starts off by discussing, the differences between the Iga and Koka Bansenshukai, and talks about something that a few people have talked about in the past, but not everyone knows. Everyone thinks that there's like Iga has one version and Koka has another, but the real thing is the Bansenshukai is most likely an Iga Ryu creation, and then Koka copied it because if you look at how everything's worded, it's like it's either Iga and Koka or just Iga by itself. But then it looks like they, when they presented this version, it was done as a Koka version. It was kind of like it was interpolated, basically. And then, yeah, because this version was basically based on what's presented to, to show that, to gain employment, basically, for Koka Ninja. And a lot of people have said that there's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of this book actually says, taught by Kuden, but in a way, people have implied that most of what's in this book might not actually be true, and the fact that it's saying, taught by Kuden is just a way of saying, like, this doesn't actually work, but we're trying to fool this person to get whatever, to get it through, to get employment, to get things like that. So that's always interesting, but you can never really know for sure. As far as the book itself goes, lots of straightforward information. Lots of stuff that you should already know. And then, it's just something that I wouldn't say this is an instructional text. You could copy it, what's in here, but it's not something that you'll ever get by with just doing what's in this book. You kind of need to know the Kuden to know which part of it would work, which part of it wouldn't work, and other crap like that. The stuff that is interesting, though, the stuff that most people will probably like the most is, all this stuff right here. Just getting into it. The tools, the different types of kunai over here. The ladders, everything like that. Grappling hooks, rafts, boats, everything. And things for starting fires, all that stuff, flares. This is the stuff that you could practically do on your own, but it's kind of useless nowadays, and some of it is a little wrong or a little misleading, or just completely lacking what you need. It is good, though, that everything has, like, all of this stuff. If you could see. Probably not, but all has the exact formulas, which was very interesting. There's another book about Kokuryu that came out that had the same thing, but listed for the poisons. Really, when you get into stuff like that, certain people shouldn't have it, but it's out there now, so nothing really you can do. Then stuff like this. 5 elements, personality, all that kind of stuff. Reading the palms, ways to associate people's characters with the 5 elements, all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, there's lots of stuff about, magical things of when you should attack, but based on theories of Buddhism and Taoism and all that kind of stuff. But it's more like, if the other person is using this, use it against them. It's not like, this is magical powers. So it's really not. Yeah, there's not really much to say about it because it's such a straightforward book that there's no interpretation, there's no philosophy, there's nothing like that. There's just direct information that you should learn while training and use to supplement training, but I wouldn't just go into this on yourself. Like, a lot of this stuff is just, you know, how to cross a river on your horse, how to carry your weapons, all this stuff. Like, this is stuff that when you know how to attach a decapitated head to your horse, that's not something that actually you're going to be taught probably, but it's in here. Yeah, I really can't even describe most of it because it's just basics of learning. This is Kodogu Jitsu right here, even though people say, oh, ninjutsu, no, it is. It's part of it. All this stuff, castle building, fortification, gathering information, scouting, all that stuff, what to do in the water, troop formations, everything. This is something that you'll learn if you're studying with someone who's real. And if you're studying with someone who's not real, maybe you will learn it now that this book is out, and they'll copy it word for word. So pay attention to that, you know, when you're training in certain styles. It's really not a lot to say about this aside from buy it. It's worth it. You know, as always, learn to read Japanese first, or not first, because it's going to take a while, but buy this, then learn to read Japanese, then do the research yourself. But, you know, definitely invest in it. It's a book that's worth buying. That's about it.